Hi family, it's Buffy. I have some leftover baked sweet potato and some leftover homemade apple butter. Can you see that? What can we make with this? Let's find out. So let's get started. In this bowl I have all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and I have whisked it together. Those are the dry ingredients. In this container I have granulated sugar and packed light brown sugar, and you can use dark brown sugar. It doesn't really specify light or brown, lighter or dark. So now we're going to whip up the wet ingredients. Smashed sweet potatoes. Need a cup of that. Here's my cup of mashed sweet potatoes. The next ingredient is half a cup of apple butter. Now I use these measuring cups before to get some of the dry ingredients prepped. I didn't see any reason to rinse them out or wash them off because I'm going to reuse them again. So the oil, vegetable oil, it's a third of a cup of vegetable oil. And we need 1/4 of a cup of milk, and I'm using 2% milk because that's the milk we have in the house. And put the lids back on the apple butter and the sweet potato and put that in the fridge. Get some of these containers out of the way. And then the last of the wet ingredients are the eggs. We need 2 large eggs. And we whisk this together until combined. Then we're going to add the sugars. Stir that in until well incorporated. Then we'll add the dry ingredients. And you can see inside the bowl. And one thing I want to add, it's not in the recipe, which I find shocking, but I'm going to add some vanilla. Always add flavor when I'm baking, even if the recipe doesn't say to add it. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Okay, now let's add the sugars. Stir until combined. And of course you can use your stand mixer if you want, but the recipe said just whisk, so I decided to get a bit of an arm workout today. Use spatula, get everything off the spatula to this wet ingredient portion of the recipe. And I just whisked until I didn't feel any more sugar crystals. Now when you add the dry ingredients, it says to stir until just combined and not to overmix. And I will put the recipe in the description box of the video. Switch to the spatula. Man, it smells good. Let's hope it tastes good. And now I can tap down and get all the flour and anything else on the sides of the bowl down into the batter. And I'm going to call it done. I'm going to taste a little bit of the batter off the whisk. See what it tastes like. See if I need to add anything. That's good. Well, I'm not going to add anything. The recipe says it makes 12 muffins, but since I'm doing large muffins, it says maybe 6 to 8 large muffins. Let's see. I think I want to use a scoop. Let's start filling. gonna wipe that off before I bake them up. Put a little bit more in there. You don't want to fill your muffin liners up more than 3/4 full. You know what? I should have used my new gadget. I didn't think about it. Doggone it. I have a tabletop, or countertop rather, muffin maker. I could have used that. Doggone it. Well, if we like these, I think I have enough. Could make another batch. And I will use that new gadget. This spill off right here. I have a matching muffin tin. We'll see how much batter we have left. Put them on opposite ends of the muffin pan. Just to evenly distribute the weight. You don't have to do that. Put the spatula up and then knead it again. So yeah, this recipe yields 8 large muffins. I'm making more apple butter next to this red bowl. So that's why I don't have a lot of space. You're not really baking if you aren't making a mess, right? I definitely taste more of the sweet potato than I do the apple butter. You do want to tap down your muffin tins to get any air out, any air bubbles, and to get them level. These say to bake 18 to 20 minutes, but that's if you have regular sized muffins. These will take a little longer since we're using large muffin tins, or until the toothpick comes clean. So what I'm going to do, I have it, and my oven is set to 350. My oven is preheated to 350. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna set a timer for 20 minutes, and I'll check them and see what they're like. In you go. Let's see. This recipe uses a cinnamon cream cheese frosting and a creamy center. The center is cream cheese, sugar, vanilla, and cinnamon. But I think I want to use the cinnamon cream cheese frosting for the center and the top. Decisions. Yeah, that way I don't have to make up two things. So that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna wash a bowl out, or I have another bowl I can use. I can use one of these from the mixer actually. Let me get this out of the way too. Yeah, because I'm gonna use the mixer. I've got to soften cream cheese and butter. So 8 tablespoons unsalted, room temperature butter, room temperature cream cheese. So I'm gonna sit it out. And I'll wait until the muffins are done. Here they are out of the oven. They ended up baking for 32 minutes at 350. You can see where I was testing them with my handy dandy cake tester. Came out clean. So I'm gonna let them cool. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna start making the frosting. Let's make the frosting / filling. We need to, 1, change the attachment from the paddle to the whisk. We have a stick of unsalted butter. It's at room temperature, and I cut it into little squares. And then we have 1 8-ounce pack of cream cheese that's room temperature, and I also cut that up into squares too. And stubborn coming out of the pack. I'm going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. Shake that up to reincorporate the contents. And 2 tablespoons vanilla. Shake it up to reincorporate the contents. Now we're going to mix this until it's creamy. Gotta get the contents off the whisk back into the bowl to be mixed together. Since I stopped it, I'll also wipe down the sides, lock the bowl in place, turn it back on. Maybe a little bit more. Now we add 4 cups of powdered sugar, gradual, a little bit at a time. And it's going to fly around when you mix it. So, highly suggest this trick of putting a towel over the mixer to keep the powdered sugar from flying everywhere. And don't mix it too high. I think I've added on. Add a little more. Correct. I'm gonna add the rest of this. Need to scrape down the sides and get all the stuff off the whisk attachment. But that was the last ingredient for this cinnamon vanilla frosting. Quick and easy. Okay, I'm using the Bismark Tip. It says no couplers needed. I got some frosting in here. I want to put some in the center. And it's okay that it's coming out because I'm going to try to swirl it on the top. Y'all know I don't know how to frost anything, so doing the best I can as I'm learning. Push some more frosting down to the tip. Okay, we'll come back to you. Let's do this one. Uh-oh, family. I did a much better job with this one. Seems like the key is to make sure I have frosting towards the tip. Because when I run out, that's when I start having problems. Okay, it looks butchered, but not bad for a non-froster. Let's get the other ones. I'm going to put some more frosting in this bag. I have much respect for people that frost and decorate cakes and cupcakes for a living, because this is not easy. It's probably easy to the professionals because they've been doing it for a long time. But for novices like me, it definitely is not easy. but practice makes perfect, right? They don't look the best, I know, but the taste is what matters. Almost had a perfect one. That's the best one. And I have a lot of frosting left over, but I will store it in a glass container and use it on the next project. I frosted these myself, family. Can you believe it? Not too bad, not too bad. I'll leave a comment, first comment, I'll pin it to the video to let you know how these turned out when we taste them. Because I'm going to let my siblings taste them. I already know how they taste. I know they taste good because I tasted the batter and I've tasted the frosting. But I'll let them decide. Thanks so much, family, for coming along with me and making these apple butter sweet potato cupcakes, muffins. I'm not sure what same thing kind of, right? If you haven't already, like the video, leave a nice comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.